On a recent video, one viewer commented that it was now my next task to try and find the mystery chord in the Oasis song All Around the World when Liam sings the line, "Are getting deeper every day." And I thought, why not? Every Oasis chord book I've ever seen has got that chord wrong. And so I began doing some digging to establish exactly what that chord is from All Around the World.
Take me away, 'cause I just don't wanna stay, and the lies you made me say are getting deeper every day, deeper every day, deeper every day.
And what I discovered was a chord that turned out to be, in the context of this song, without cheating, completely humanly unplayable. For years and years I've played that chord as an F sharp major.
Take me away, 'cause I just don't wanna stay, and the lies you made me say are getting deeper every day.
It sounds okay, but that is definitely not what the guitarists, at least, are playing. There are some people in the guitar world who think it just stays on a G sharp minor.
And the lies you made me say are getting deeper every day.
But that is also wrong, because when you listen to the recording, there is clearly a change both in the chord itself and in the bass note. I've run that section of the song through a stem splitter and I've turned up the bass, so have a listen. So the bass clearly goes to an F sharp, but it's not an F sharp major, it's something much more convoluted. So my next step was to do some detective work and dig through the band's back catalogue of live performances to see if I could find any examples of what they were actually playing in that moment. Here is one of the best examples from the band's legendary show at Manchester GMEX on the Be Here Now tour. So you can see from that clip that Noel is playing something barred on the 4th fret before moving down into the G shape. And in this video of a gig from that same tour, we see Bonehead moving down from a barred G sharp position as well. The Oasis songbook says that the chord is this, but we can see from Noel and Bonehead's hand positions that the book, as usual, is wrong. Both guitarists are playing some variation of what to my ear sounds like a G sharp minor chord barred on the 4th fret, but what are they playing? I next listened to the acoustic demo version of All Around the World, which was released with the Japanese Be Here Now 2016 reissue.
'Cause I just don't wanna stay, and the lies you make me say are getting deeper every day.
And you can hear from this that Noel stays in position on the G sharp minor, but just changes something really small in the chord he's playing. And by now I was finally starting to home in on exactly what that chord is. It sounded to me from that demo like Noel was going from a standard G sharp minor to a very simple change, which is just lifting off your little finger to give you that really quite nice crunchy G sharp minor 7. While behind the chord, the bass actually plays a completely different root note, the F sharp. And the last video I checked proved my theory. It's a video of the band rehearsing that song in 1992, the year before they were signed. This is the only video evidence I've been able to find anywhere whatsoever of the exact hand position Noel uses for this chord. He simply lifts his little finger off the D string to make a bog standard G minor 7, as I thought, while the bass moves to an F sharp. After discovering this, however, I realised I was all of a sudden in quite a difficult position when it comes to actually showing you this chord on one guitar without overdubbing or cheating. Here's the G sharp minor, and the bass is playing an F sharp. So without using a capo or some weird tuning, that is impossible to play. So why not just use a capo or a different tuning? The answer is because All Around the World contains multiple signature moments that you can't really do without, that require both standard tuning and no capo. The signature opening chords of the song sound like this. But you can't humanly play that G sharp minor 7 with an F sharp in the bass without losing those essential top two open strings. There are of course workarounds that you could do, but just for the sake of showing you the chord, I've put a capo on now so that you can hear that section in isolation. So here's the G sharp minor. We're now going to lift off the little finger to make it a G sharp minor 7, and we're going to take away the root note to make it a G sharp minor 7 with an F sharp in the bass. And that is the chord. There are of course different voicings that you might try, but if you want the exact chord and the exact sound that Noel and Bonehead get in that song, that's the only way to play it.
Take me away, 'cause I just don't wanna stay. And the lies you made me say are getting deeper every day.
I began racking my brains for a way to play this chord on one guitar without sacrificing those open chords on the intro. I was able to make that elusive G sharp minor 7 / F sharp chord by putting a capo on 2, but by doing so I lost the top two open strings, so I considered tuning both of those strings down a tone so that I would still have them there for the intro. But I then also realised that with a capo on 2, to provide that non-negotiable F sharp there for the mystery chord, I would then also have to sacrifice yet another signature moment in the song, which is the chord link between the bridge and the chorus. You can't play that with a capo on 2. I began wondering if it's actually possible to play this song properly in the right tuning on one guitar with just one set of hands. I began experimenting with other voicings and inversions of the mystery chord in other places to try and make it work. So let's move a D minor up to here. Let's make it a D minor 7. And let's put the F sharp in the bass. It's just a B major. I also tried it moving an A minor chord right up to the 11th position on the neck. So here is a G sharp minor. Let's make it a G sharp minor 7. And now let's add in the F sharp. It's just a B major again. The nearest thing I could get to the actual chord was an absolute wrist twister, and it was this. Ring finger flat across the 4th fret on the D, G, B and high E strings, and index finger on the 2 of the low E. And it sounds shit. In the end, I threw in the towel as I bowed to the inevitable realisation that that chord cannot be played on one guitar in standard tuning without sacrificing something else absolutely essential to the sound. That G sharp minor 7 with an F sharp in the bass is a rare article, an unplayable chord that's not part of some monstrous prog rock epic or some bonkers jazz song. But can you pick up this mission where I failed? Can you figure out a way to play All Around the World on one guitar without sacrificing the opening chord sequence, without sacrificing the link chords into the chorus, and somehow still managing to include the mystery chord, the G sharp minor 7, with an F sharp in the bass? Oasis guitarists of the world, consider the gauntlet officially thrown down. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.